Meanwhile, in Japan, this week on Boss Battle.
Find yourself in the Beachview area of Pittsburgh? Check out the official pizza of this show, Slice on Broadway, sharing an abnormal obsession with pizza we can relate to. Check them out at sliceonbroadway.com and tell them this show sent you.
Welcome everybody to Boss Battle number 160, a show in which the writers of InsertCoinToBegin.com get together and talk about video games. I'm your host, Bobby F. J. Town, but before we get to the infotainment and good time making of this podcast, let's see what everybody achieved. Chachi, I know you had a big week this week with a certain game that came out. What did you achieve?
Mario Maker!
Minutes ago you called me Barrio.
I did. Actually, I played Black Ops with Sorg.
Yay,
on Friday,
we did.
While my gamepad was charging, because I didn't want to move the charger.
That's when he can make time for me online, is when his Game Pass charging for the Wii U.
Yeah. So I charged it while playing Black Ops 2. And you can use it while it's charging. I just was feeling lazy and decided to play Blobs with Sorg. I played some Advanced Warfare pre Mario Maker coming.
Playing Black Ops is now lazy with your friends.
No, it was me not moving my charger that was the lazy part. Anyhow, I played Advanced Warfare pre-Mario Maker. I played Super Metroid pre-Mario Maker. And then Friday happened, and I played Mario Maker. And then Saturday happened, and I played Mario Maker. And then Sunday happened, and I played Mario Maker, went to the Pirates game, then came home and played Mario Maker. Monday happened. I woke up. I played Mario Maker. I went to work. I came home. I played Mario Maker.
That good, eh?
And then today happened, and I woke up. I checked my notifications to see who had played my Mario Maker levels the night before. I played Mario Maker. I went to work. I came home. I checked my notifications to see who played my levels while I was at work. And then I played Mario Maker. And then I ate dinner. And then I opened gifts because it's my birthday.
Did you?
Happy
birthday!
Happy birthday!
Look how shiny it is.
Whoa.
That is very shiny.
You can see the reflection of my screen in the controller.
Whoa, there's Bobby.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Bobby is the controller.
It's chrome.
Shiny.
Yes. And, wait.
Oh,
Hold on.
Oh. I was going to ask you, did you Mario make dinner?
No.
Oh. Ooh.
But I got a shield.
Nice.
Wow.
That's very nice.
Oh, jeez. Which one's that made out of?
Yeah.
Which one's that made out of?
No, I kept sending. So I'm always looking at, because I know he's always looking for shields and stuff at the cons. So I'm sending him.
It's not wood.
Yeah, it's like that PVC-ish kind of thing,
It's
right?
stronger than wood. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's that last
it's
one.
fiberglass.
Yeah, that's it.
That one?
That's that last. That looks like the last one that I sent you. Nice.
Yeah.
That goes with Katie's Ocarina this weekend, right?
Yep. Yeah, between Dutter's getting an ocarina and you getting that, you guys can just, walk around being the Legend of Zelda, I guess.
Well, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can mount my sword behind it and hang it off. Because I have the sword.
Mo Zelda props, no problems.
It's dangerous to make alone. Take this.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, that's what I achieved this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rizz, what did you achieve this week?
Well,
Since we're sticking with the theme.
Yeah, I was going to get to that one in a little bit. I played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 5. Pretty cool game if you're. I mean, if you're into something like that, like it's not really.
I'm into it and I can't afford it.
But other than that, I'm on the same boat with Chachi. Mario Maker is life right now. I've made a level. I've made a level. I'm probably going to make more levels in the near future. Probably right after this podcast is over. I will. I've played so many levels, and so many lives have been lost from that Mario game. it is very freaking addicting to play.
It is.
Like every time you pop in your game, it's a brand new Mario game. Like we'll get into this maybe somewhere down the line. I believe Chachi, we have a dual review on it on InsertCoinToBegin.com.
Yeah,
coming up.
we do. I posted my review Monday.
Okay.
And with Rizz's comments. But here's the thing: it's the Mario game that never ends.
Mm-hmm. And it goes on and on, my friends.
Right, and you can never tire of it because every time you start a level, it's going to be completely different. Not only in the level itself, but quite possibly the game style and
degree of difficulty.
Enemies, right, and the degree of difficulty. The greatest thing I've seen on it so far is that the people who create levels often do it so that you don't have to move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are hundreds of levels on there in which you're instructed to just put down the controller because they'll do it all for you.
And I think that this goes along with another like indie-ish game that was out a while ago. It was called Happy Wheels, where you're allowed to create these levels and you're allowed to use these guys to do these levels, and it was a pretty good thing to have. And I think people still do like Let's Plays, and I mean it's probably gone down by now, but Mario Maker is that next step. It's using that type of format to make things a lot interesting.
Sorg, what did you achieve this week?
Play some Blops, of course, as mentioned with Chachi. Just the tip of Lara Croft Go, a lot on my phone. Pac-Man 256. I downloaded and started playing a little bit the Star Wars Uprising. It caught my attention after the trailer that one of you guys had shared on Twitter or Facebook or something. So I'm kind of poking around at that a little bit. It's just one of those things that I'm just not in the mood to play it usually. And, Pac-Man 256 is available on my Fire TV, so I've been playing that on a 42-inch television, and I'm probably going to add another $8 to it to make that unlimited credits as well. Yeah, that's happening. I'm up to about the 14K club as far as the score goes on that game, so still working at it and having a lot of fun with it. So that's what I got going on.
Your TV?
What's that?
You have to swipe on your TV, or
no, you just use the controller, the directions.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. But I'm very excited. I'm hoping Apple TV also has it, and it is like kind of cross compatible. It's not so if you have iOS, I don't know if it's doing this for you guys on Android, but I put on my iPad because I'm like, oh, that's bigger. Why not, right? And it doesn't save over the high scores or anything like that. They're not on iCloud or anything like that, unfortunately. So that's it. Bobby,
what did you play?
I didn't really.
What did you achieve?
I didn't really play much of anything. Yeah. I played some Fallout Shelter. Played some Pac-Man 256. Played some. Simpsons Tapped Out. And I played Madden 16 all day. Oh no, wait! I watched football on Sunday all day. And I watched somebody play Destiny 2.0 and then the Taken King today on Twitch. Does that count?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
I acted like I was playing it with the controller and everything. No, I didn't. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, Chachi, you want to take us around the net?
It's now time for video game things from around the internet.
Net.
First up, there's a completely usable mini fridge Game Boy. It is a dorm-sized refrigerator, has a LCD screen, workable wooden buttons, and it's running off a Raspberry Pi 2.
Wow.
Completely functional, and you can buy it if you follow the link in the YouTube video.
Nice.
Next up, measuring in at 4.41 meters tall and 1 meters deep stands a arcade machine. It is recognized by the Guinness World Records as being the world's largest arcade machine. As an example as to how big it is,
Wow.
the trackball is 16 inches.
I love it. I love this view of him reaching up at the buttons.
Yes. Where's that? Yeah, 16-inch glass trackball. I'm looking. Where's that?
That's the kind of game you have in an arcade where, like, all the guys are, like, strong on one arm because they played golf too much on it.
Yeah. You have to watch the video to get the exact measurements for it and the details. It is worth watching because I like this guy. If you look at the picture, in the bottom of the arcade cabinet is stairs built in.
Nice.
Behind a door, a trap door, so you can pull out stairs and actually stand up there to play the arcade games.
They were showing a large coin. Is it shaking large quarters in order to do this thing, or?
No, that's just something he made for the display.
It was just kind of a prop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It runs off of emulators, just like a normal arcade of that type would do.
Mm-hmm.
So it does have the capability of playing pretty much anything.
Awesome.
So, and then last but not least is a funny video that shows what would happen to Luigi when Mario is forced to take him out. Outdoors, not take him out. And it's hilarious. It's called Luigi's Day Out, and you should watch it in its entirety because it is hilarious.
Looks some fun animation, looks like.
Wow, Waluigi looks horrible in this.
Waluigi looks punk.
They're just punk.
Mario's wearing a corn t-shirt, a red corn t-shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he has nose piercing, he smokes, he has gauges in his ears. So it's entertaining. I definitely watch it.
Awesome.
And that is all we have for you this week in Video Game Things from around the internet. Back to you, Sorg. Bobby. Back to you, Bobby, not Sorg. Do
Bobby.
not go to Sorg.
It's a me, Mario.
I've replaced Bobby. Sorg, you're in charge now.
All right.
Okay.
It's time for some things. Sorg, I'm going to take it from here. It's time for some things you should be made aware of.
Maybe I don't want to
Rizz,
give it up from here.
What?
Go ahead.
Huh?
Rizz, we're going to start with a story for you. From Software's expansion for Bloodborne will hit PlayStation 4 later this year. Sony announced at its pre-Tokyo Game Show press conference today. The expansion includes a batch of new weapons, including what appeared to be a spiked wheel, a curved sword, and a bow and arrow. The trailer also showed a series of new and remixed boss battles, including what appeared to be bosses with new elemental attributes. The old hunters will come to North America on November 24th as well. It will be priced at $19.99, and players will experience the nightmare of hunters who once guarded Burnworth?
Yeah, that sounds exactly. That sounds how I would say it too.
Bergenworth?
I think it's like Bergenworth.
Burnworth's Darkest Secrets. Bergenworth. All right, and now we're going to move to the Chachi story of the day. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Jack the Ripper is coming to Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
What?
Today, Ubisoft announced that the new DLC campaign will take place 20 years after the events of the main game, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and has players joining forces with Frederick Aberline of Scotland Yard as he tries to hunt down the infamous Jack the Ripper. The Ripper stalked London during 1888's Autumn of Terror in Whitechapel. They also announced some other content coming via the Season Pass. It's going to include the Jack the Ripper mission, the Last Maharaja mission pack, a Long Night exclusive mission, Streets of London gameplay pack, and 2 top-tier sets of gear and weapons that are steampunk weapons. And an exclusive XP boost for all those who get the Season Pass. The Season Pass is included in the Gold Edition of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which hits consoles worldwide on October 23rd, and will be available on Windows PC November 19th. Guys, I know I'm going to ask this to both of you. Which DLC are you more excited about?
Hold on.
Go ahead. You can go first.
No, hold on. I'm watching the trailer.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rizz.
We'll start with Rizz.
starting with me, I'm more excited. More excited is your question, right? What I'm more excited about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more excited about both equally, but
yeah, cut her.
All right.
But what I'm more excited for because of the gameplay would be the Jack the Ripper one.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm not so excited about is I have not beaten the game yet. It is a very hard game to beat. I have not beaten Bloodborne yet, and there's an expansion coming out in November.
I also have not beaten Bloodborne.
But I'm closer. But like I said, I'm equally excited to do both of these, and I'm sure my friend Keiko's already excited about it and already probably taunting me to beat the game first and then get the expansion pack, which I didn't do during the Dark Souls 2, and I still haven't really finished the the Three Crowns challenge or whatever it was called.
Rizz, there's some Dark Souls 3 news coming up in the final battle. Chachi, you finished watching that trailer yet?
I did.
What do you think?
Here's the thing. First off, I'm more excited about Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that they have him wearing a mask as a way to cover up the fact that no one knows what he looked like.
Yeah.
Great way to do that. However, if he turns out to not be a Templar or an assassin, I feel like they lost an opportunity there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking today too.
If it turns out that he's an assassin or a Templar, I don't care which way. I feel like they fully captured the ability with this DLC. If they don't use that ability, then they have failed miserably and they should have left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the detective is not either an assassin or a Templar, and Jack the Ripper is the opposite, then they failed miserably in this DLC.
Cool. All right. When Lego Dimensions comes out, it will let us mix all sorts of Lego universes together. And with the trailer that was released this week, we now know that we'll also be hearing some familiar voices. Lego Dimensions will feature most of the voice actors from the Lego movie. Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, Alison Brie, and Charlie Day will reprise their roles for the game. And also have some surprises. Back to the Future reunion with Doc and Marty themselves, yes. Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox are in the game as Doc Brown and Marty McFly. Chris Pratt will also voice Owen from Jurassic World. And Peter Capaldi is going to voice his version of the Doctor from Doctor Who, along with Stephen Merchant voicing Lego Wheatley, and Gary Oldman is playing Lord Vortek, who is the main villain of the story. Not to mention Nolan North is in the game, Joel McHale, and the entire Simpsons voice acting cast.
Let's point this out. Nolan North is in every
He's
game.
in every game, yes. Him, and if it's not him in the game, it's Troy Baker.
And if it's not either of those two, it's not a game at all, and you should just give your money back.
But with its announced cast and ability to put your own Lego creations in the game, does Lego Dimensions sound like it may be the best toy-based game in town?
When did Lego become the behemoth of toy licensing that they could do something like this? There must have been small writers in every contract they've had for the last 5 or so years that was leading to this point.
Mm-hmm. And they have Minecraft. Minecraft is virtual Legos, and now they have virtual Lego Minecraft Legos. I mean,
okay, first off, I think any property is honored when Lego says, we want to make a Lego set. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
So I don't think negotiating contracts is very hard on either side.
Doctor Who dumped the British Legos.
Right. This is, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but this is the largest collection of nerd properties in one gathering in the history of what we do.
Not since Disney bought everything else.
Right. I mean, yes, we're missing Disney, Marvel, and
Star Wars.
But, we have the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I can have Stephen Merchant as Wheatley have a conversation with Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, hypothetically in the same game.
With Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, with Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, Wheatley, and Doctor Who could sit down and have a cup of tea, ale, Scooby snacks, or whatever Wheatley drinks.
In the DeLorean.
In the DeLorean that it could be parked outside of the TARDIS.
Yep, exactly. With Gandalf.
Lyle on the back of a dinosaur from Jurassic World.
So much to do. And so Homer Simpson's house.
Yes.
In Springfield.
The TARDIS, the DeLorean, can be outside of the Simpsons garage while a dinosaur terrorizes Snowball's Revenge 2 in the backyard.
Wow.
This is all possible, guys.
But you know what else they could be doing?
What's that?
Sorg.
What?
They could get a Lego pizza.
They could. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Maybe Slice on Broadway also has a deal with Lego Dimensions. Who knows? But in the meantime, if you're in the South Hills of Pittsburgh, in Beachview, in Carnegie, PA, you go to Slice on Broadway. You can check them out. They're on sliceonbroadway.com. And they're on the social medias. They're on Slice on Broadway on the Facebook, on the Instagram, PGH_Slice. They're awesome. They're supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. And you can check them out and let them know you heard about them on The Boss Battle. Please. We would appreciate that. Now let's take a look at this last week in Sorgatron Media, and we'll be right back.
It does amazing face detection.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed when you did that, it actually put a ring around your face.
Does it do it for the selfie? Yeah, it does do it on the selfie side. Okay.
You can, if you hit that mode button, it actually gives you all the different modes.
You're going to have a lot of selfies on your phone, Chilla.
And they're all uploaded to my
Make
Google
sure you post
Photos.
these later.
We got the Battle Wars 2 event that's happening, which is the second of our events featuring the stars of Chikara Pro Wrestling, and you'll be getting to come down for that.
With the exception of Chikara shows, which I absolutely love, this is probably my favorite place I've ever been. The crowds are absolutely amazing. The management is excellent. The company is very professionally run. Austin was such a cool city. We got to roam around last time. I randomly met McLovin in the bar.
By a man that has a master's degree in the science ways. Wait. If you're on video, so he's holding this up to the camera. Look at these numbers. Look, he mathed this. He white papered this thing. Look at this thing.
Sorg, I scienced the out of the Bellatron.
Okay. Now,
right.
Okay. So the Bellatron is supposed to be a countdown to breaking the record of longest held.
We sure did a lot this week, eh, Sorgy?
Yeah.
All right. Now before we get to the final battle question, though, we are going to talk a little bit about another game that was announced this week for mobile. Which, come on, guys, Pokemon on mobile platforms. Pokemon Go was announced this week. What do you guys think about this announcement?
First off, how dare you simplify this to just Pokemon on a mobile platform?
Well, it's Pokemon everywhere.
No, this is Pokemon alternate reality.
Yeah.
This is using technology on a grander scale. It is using the Ingress engine created by the creators of Google Maps, an already established game in which you use use mobile and real life together to capture Pokemon. Sorg, we're gonna go harass gangbangers for our Snorlaxes, okay?
I don't know
like
what's
I
going to
said
happen.
earlier, the Snorlax has to be at the mattress warehouse. store. Any Mattress Warehouse store you see. He has to be there.
Okay, so Ingress is I don't know if it's going to be like basically Ingress, but with like a Pokemon skin on it or anything like that. But it's definitely going to be using the same technology, at least like the GPS enabled side. Ingress is a game where you pick a side, and it's basically like a fancy Google Maps where you go and like the church up the street is a point, and I go and I energize on it and I try to take it over for my team, basically, right? And there's a whole kind of mythology behind it and a whole social experience that you can be a part of. Now they're applying that to Pokemon. And people walking around and trying to catch them all. By the way, no pictures of kids for the most part in this. These are people our age, or at least in their 20s. Just deep in adult world.
According to this trailer, I can use Pokemon to pick up women.
Yeah, apparently. At the playground.
Because that guy tries to.
Yeah. And weird things happen at the playground.
Guess what? Spoiler alert, it was super effective.
Yeah, there you go.
See what I did there?
I do.
I just use Splash.
But no, this is going to be interesting. And now there's, jeez.
That's hilarious.
And there is a Bluetooth bracelet that apparently goes along with this. So I guess we are going to have to buy something in order to play this game.
No, you don't.
It's not required.
You don't have to buy it.
Okay.
It's just an add-on.
Okay.
It is available for you to purchase, but the entire game itself is free, with the exception of in-app purchases.
Okay.
Now, if you want to buy the hardware, all it does is vibrate and light up on your wrist when you have actions available.
Oh, I thought you'd throw it like a Pokeball.
No, you don't throw it. It's a bracelet.
Yeah, so it's a bracelet with like the Pokemon ball like kind of on it.
Yeah,
like
all it is
That's why I thought you threw it.
It's all buttons that you can program.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
To react with the app itself.
So there's a couple things. First of all, there's this GPS enabled thing where I'm going to get out of my house and walk out of the street and literally look for Pokemon in my neighborhood or on the way to work or downtown or wherever the case may be. And then we're also into wearable devices at this point. So now,
what are you doing in that crack house?
Hopefully it's not like that. I mean, I don't think you're not going to have to go into a building like this, but hopefully like outside one. It's basically how the Ingress game works. Is you have to be within several 100 feet radius of this location, so you don't have to have awkward situations. Hopefully like that, right? Hopefully that's kind of how this goes too. It'll be interesting. It's coming in 2016. It'll be on both Android and iPhone, which means that all of us on our various platforms are going to be able to pick it up. So I think that's going to be really cool. So Nintendo. So I think this is the first big look at, hey, this is what Nintendo meant by we're not just going to port our games over. We're going to create new experiences. There's nothing newer of an experience than this.
Gonna be fun.
Awesome.
All right, now it's time to get to our final battle thing here. Meanwhile, in Japan, like I said earlier in the show, the Tokyo Game Show has started, and Sony's press conference kicked it off today. They announced some pretty cool stuff for the PS4 owners and some pretty cool stuff for those that don't have the console yet. I'm just going to give a quick rundown of some of the stuff they announced. Yakuza is getting remade for the PS4, as well as an announcement for Yakuza 6, which is going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 4. King of Fighters 14 was announced for PS4. Square Enix announced that Saga Scarlet Grace for PS Vita, so that's still a thing, the Vita. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 features Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep Point 2, and scenes from Unchained X for the PlayStation 4 only. That's a lead into Kingdom Hearts 3 that's coming out soon. Dragon Quest Builders, which is like Minecraft but with slimes, was given a date. Danganronpa 3, it's Japanese, I don't know, will be out on PS4 and PS Vita. Project Morpheus was renamed to the not as exciting PlayStation VR. So that's their big virtual reality thing. Dark Souls 3 will be released March 14th, 2016 in Japan. I don't know if it was given a U.S. release date yet, but probably along those lines. Resident Evil spin-off Umbrella Corps was announced. Star Ocean 5 also got a release date, and new faceplates and controllers for the PS4 will be coming out soon. But probably the biggest announcement that PlayStation made was the PS4 is getting a price drop to 34,980 yen, which is about a $50 U.S. price drop, which will lead us to our final round question. Now that PlayStation is dropping its price in Japan, is it a sign of things to come, and are other consoles going to drop their price too to compete with the PlayStation 4 if they decide to do that all over the globe?
Just a reminder, because I'm honestly not kept up, and I don't know if our listeners do too. What is the price point across the board for the top 3 consoles right now?
I think $399.
Yes, with the exception of the Wii U, which is $100 cheaper.
Yeah,
seems right.
So about $349 will probably drop down to, or $299 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's $349 now.
I think so we had a little bit, and that would be their first drop too, because Xbox technically kind of sort of did a drop when they let go of the Kinect, and then they did a price drop around the holidays as well of $50 to help them out, because they've been I guess lagging behind Sony in the sales. I think we're a couple years in. I think it's about time for that price to drop. It feels like they really held on to the higher price points a lot longer in the last iteration of these consoles. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to be a little slower, even slower to it. If they keep selling, and I think this is going to be an even longer cycle than maybe we saw with the 360 and the PlayStation 3. That curve is going to be less. You know what I mean? I'd like to see Wii U get down to $200 before I pick one up. Just like, really, didn't the Wii start at $250, something like that?
Yeah, but that was a different time.
Of course it was, and the Wii U, I think, has another additional problem, that they have a giant piece of hardware that comes with it, much like when Xbox One had the Kinect coming with it as well. It's not just what's in that box; it's also this big thing with a screen that you're also getting. It's like we attached an Android tablet in the box that you can't get rid of to lower that price anymore. But still, as a concept, I think it still works for what you're getting in price and everything. Obviously, Chachi and Rizz are really digging it. No, I think it's happening, and I think it's going to be good. It's going to help spur things and keep Sony really in that kind of lead position if it comes here to the U.S. Chach, your thoughts?
On the PS4 drop in price?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care. I'm not buying a PS4. It's not even on my radar as far as purchases go. I bought the Wii U. The next thing will be the Xbox One. Then I'm done for this gen.
Mm-hmm. I may get a PS4 eventually. I think maybe another price drop or two down the line. But since I have an Xbox One right now, that's what I'm going to stick with for a while. I may get a Wii U eventually. That's probably going to be the next one to get. Yeah, there's no real reason for me to get PS4. But this is going to hurt the Xbox One in Japan, I think. Because PlayStation 4 is really outselling it in Japan anyways. Mm-hmm. Now that they announced the price drop, I think Xbox is going to have to do something pretty drastic to get people to come to their side. I know that they just announced 2 JRPGs are coming to the Xbox One, so that's something maybe in Japan. But we'll see. I don't know.
It's a whole different market. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. So, anything else on this, guys?
No. I think it's coming along. We're firmly in the next generation, but it's so odd because I'm still not pressured to pick up the next console. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe the Nintendo, mostly because of peer pressure from my friends. But other than that, and seeing them having fun at that and getting one in my hands over at Chachi's place,
it's worth it.
It's certainly worth it. It's certainly worth it. But man, got them iPhones. I got to get too. So, but anyways, no. I think that's it. I'm still. I think it's still a weird position. I think a lot of people are plenty happy with 360s and PlayStation 3s for a while if they're not needing the brightest and newest. So. Interesting.
All right. That is going to do it for us this week. You can follow us on Twitter at InsertCoinTB. You can visit us at InsertCoinToBegin.com. New articles going up daily. And you can join us live each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on live.sorgatronmedia.com. Sorg, you got any plugs this week?
Oh, go check out our friends, the Comic Book Pit, another Pittsburgh podcast about comic books. Well, here's a secret. They also make comic books for the most part, too, on that show. Independent comic scene was represented at Wizard World Pittsburgh Comic Con, and that is currently up at sorgatronmedia.com. You can listen or watch to that entire 47-minute, I think, thing. Also, discussions with Q&As from Paige and Dean Ambrose of WWE are also on WrestlingMayhemShow.com from the same Wizard World. It was kind of the adaptation from Periscope, of course. Not great to look at, but it's still a good listen nonetheless if you want to check that out as well. And here's a hot tip. Somebody named Sawtooth Willie may be coming back very shortly at SorgatronMedia.com. And zombies in the next month. Some fun stuff if you've been watching my Instagram account. Sorgatron on there, Sorgatron everywhere else. And there's so much more. Sign up for the newsletters over at sorgatronmedia.com, sorgatron.com if you're in the wrestling, indiewrestling.us. Bobby?
Chachi, you got any plugs?
Nope, Chachi says on Twitter.
All right. I'm going to plug Rizz Plays Games since he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to plug, I was at Wizard World this week. Sorry, I don't know if you can pull this up. I got 2 video game pieces of art here.
Mm-hmm.
This really awesome anime style Legend of Zelda print.
Nice.
I got, and I didn't get the guy's name, which I would have. He didn't sign them either, but his work was phenomenal. I also got this BioShock Infinite print, which caught my eye right away. It's one of the best prints. It's one of my favorite prints I've ever bought. And you guys know I buy a lot of prints.
Yeah.
Like, it caught my eye right away. So, just want to give a shout out to that guy. Hopefully I'll get his name here. I can't find him on the thing. But yeah, really, really cool artwork. Glad I bought it. So that's going to do it for us, guys. Game over.
Game over, yeah!
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.
Give me 1 second.
Bobby, you look like a professional podcaster.
Wait,
All
is Super Mario Maker in the show?
Oh,